What's going on, everybody? Josh Engleman here for Stokastic.com, back again with my NBA DFS contenders on FanDuel for Wednesday, October 26th. Now be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman. Let me know in the comments section, who are your favorite plays for tonight's slate? And finally, I got to give a shout out to BetMGM, presenting sponsor of this video. If you haven't signed up at BetMGM yet and you are in a legal betting state, click the link in the description, head on over, make a deposit, and then bet $10 on any NBA money line for tonight. You do that, you will get $200 in free bets. All you need is somebody to make a three, and I promise you that's going to happen tonight. So, for $200 in free bets, that's all you got to do, just $10 on a money line. Very simple, no-brainer offer as far as I'm concerned. Now, we're rounding out the bottom of the top 10, but honestly, the entire top 10 might as well just be first. This is super difficult so far today. Not a lot of obvious value out there. Everything is really, really flat. So don't get hung up what you see at 1, because Kelly Oubre's in at 8. Could just as easily be first. An extra half minute and everything could change. Dennis Smith Jr., Anthony Davis, Kelly Oubre, RJ Barrett, and Jimmy Butler round out the bottom of my top 10. Who will be my favorites? My top 5 plays for today? It's time to find out. First up at number 5, I'm going to Anthony Edwards. It did not work out last time against the Spurs. He has to be better than 3 of 15 from the field. Shooting guard, small forward, eligible 7,400, projected for 38. The goal's 47. He's in the optimal lineup 17% of the time. 34 minutes here for Edwards. I still like the matchup against the Spurs. Minnesota 9-point favorites. They can't be as listless as they were in the last one. There's a really big pace up spot too. I mean, it's a fantastic DFS matchup. 1.1 fantasy points per minute for Edwards, 22 points, 5 boards, 4 assists, and 2 stocks. I just like him. When he's going well, he's going to blow away a $7,400 price tag, particularly with this positionality. But again, you see him at 17%. You see Butler. We only get to 18 for the rest of these 4 guys. It's very difficult at the top. Next up at number 4, we're going Trey Young, point guard eligible, 8,700, projected for 47. The goal is 53.5, and he is in the optimal lineup 17% of the time. Atlanta's got a matchup with Detroit. They're 7.5-point favorites. It is a slight pace up spot. 36 minutes for Trey. He's been great so far this season, at least from a fantasy perspective. 1.3 fantasy points per minute, 33% usage, 29 points, 9 assists. So a double-double wouldn't be crazy. 4 boards and a steal. He's just not priced correctly. To be a guy that plays 36 minutes and scores 1.3 fantasy points per minute and under 9K, that's just a value you can't really pass up. Happy to pay up for him, but it's barely even considered a pay up. In at number 3, we're going back to a guy I liked quite a bit in his last game. That's Kelly Olynyk, power forward center, eligible 5,300, projected for 32. The goal is just 36, and he's in the optimal lineup 18% of the time. There's a pace-up spot against a bad defense in Houston. They're missing their 2 starting centers to begin with. Utah, 6-point favorites here. I mean, this is just an incredible DFS matchup. He's a 1.1 fantasy point per minute guy, starting and playing, 29 minutes a game, 14 points, 8 boards, 4 assists, a stock and a half. He's just not priced for his role in Utah, and he's certainly not priced for his role in Utah in a matchup against the Houston Rockets. This is incredible here. I love getting to Kelly O. No-brainer option in your lineups, especially because of that power forward eligibility. He just fits into everything. A little surprising here, but I'm okay with it. Caris Levert in at number 2. Shooting guard, small forward, eligible, 5,900. I got him projected for 32. The goal's 39. He's in the optimal lineup 18% of the time. The scoring hasn't been there quite yet. Usage has been a little low this season. Still getting used to working with Donovan Mitchell, but if anybody's going to start soaking up more of it, I think it is Levert. 34 minutes for Levert with no Garland. One more game here looking like we got no Garland. 21% usage for Levert, 16.5 points, 5 assists, almost 5 rebounds. You get a stock and a half. They are 8-point favorites against Orlando. Orlando is a neutral pace matchup. I just like the position and the price here for Levert. He is a guy that likes to shoot. I don't think that he's going to be happy having like an 18% usage rate when one of those guys is off the floor. So I would not be surprised to see Caris Levert try to get a couple extra shots up. Now, before we get to that number one contender, one last reminder, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter, at Josh Engleman. Only place you can get updates to my sims as we get closer to lock. Apologies for not having them yesterday. There was just too much late news. I couldn't get an update out. Finally, go check out BetMGM. The link is in the description. $200 in free bets. No-brainer offer so long as you're putting $10 on an NBA money line. My number one contender for today is Cade Cunningham. Point guard, shooting guard eligible, 7,500, projected for 38. The goal's 47. He's in the optimal lineup 18% of the time. Again, you could move Cade all the way down to Jimmy Butler's spot at 6, and that'd be totally fine to me. Very little separation here. 34 minutes for Cade, 27% usage rate. I think he's like a 1.1 fantasy point per minute guy when things are cooking. 20 points, 6 boards, 6.5 assists, 2 stocks. It's a slight pace up spot against Atlanta. They are underdogs, but if this one stays competitive, you have to assume Cade Cunningham is part of the reason that happens. I think he's just efficient at 7,500, but the moral of this story is that no one is just simply separating from the entire pack, looking like a no doubt about it play. Maybe we see that closer to lock, but for right now, we're going with Cade. Alrighty, folks, that will do it. Those are my NBA DFS contenders on FanDuel for Wednesday, October 26th. DraftKings version of this video is around here somewhere. Check it out, everybody. Good luck tonight. Win some money. We're back again tomorrow morning for another edition of the Contenders.